Hello, and welcome to this investor channel where we talk all things investments. And my life didn't start out that way. Years back, I grew up in a not so wealthy household, and I worked in the family business to make ends meet. We all worked in the family business to make ends meet, to pay the debts, to do the next thing. And I remember years ago, owned my own metal manufacturing company. One day I thought, you know what? I'm having some children. My wife and I had five children, and when they were really young, I thought I need to start a fund, an investment. And so we looked around, we found some mutual funds. There was these people that said these mutual funds, it's the best thing. Look, there's three. There's a high growth, a medium growth, a slow growth, long term. And so we put some money in, and I kept putting some money in, build up some account for each one, a couple accounts for each one when they were young. And about 10 years or so pass, and I look at these accounts. And at some point, I stopped putting in. I just build them all up to a certain amount, stop putting in. Later, I go back and look at these accounts, and they're just about the amount that I stopped contributing. And I thought, there's got to be a better way to invest than this. And I looked around at these wealthy people that invest and make a lot. They went from a little to a lot by investing differently. And I thought, there's got to be a better way. And at that moment, I told myself, that's it. I'm going to start studying this, and I'm going to learn and find out, no matter how long it takes, no matter what I need to go through, to figure out how to build wealth for myself and my family and those around me. And I thought, I know there's a better way. There's so many people out here doing it a better way. So that's when the search started. And since then, I've written a book. Actually, I'm writing a book currently. It's in editing phase right now, and I'm getting ready to publish that. So that'll be an exciting thing. But anyway, I talk about signature vision. Signature meaning personal, and vision meaning seeing something. Probably something in the future, if it's not happened yet to you, to me, in this case. And there's a way to do that. To start thinking, start focusing on what we want, and that's what happened. And there's something I want to talk about business anyway, and that's not for everyone, but everyone can be involved. Most everyone can be involved if you don't own a business, which is a great spot to be in if it's a good business for this model that I'm about to talk about. And I'll talk about some people that are doing this, that have done this many times over, and they've actually done this thing I'm about to talk about in one business. They've done with multiple businesses, but you can actually sell your business multiple times and retain what we call rollover equity, or simply keep a percent of the business when you sell it, and you maintain ownership. And the new ownership may do all the management, all the day to day. You may not even have any duties, day-to-day duties in the business anymore, or you might if you want to. That's depends on the buyer and the seller's agreement. But anyway, there's something I want to talk about that people are doing that is a life changer for the people that do this. And I am putting together a team of people that will do this and will help other business owners do this thing that I'm about to talk about. I'm going to take a business example 1, business example 2. And business example 1 is an example of a business that is typical. I say it's happening all over every business. This doesn't happen to every business because every business isn't a good business. But if it's a good business, meaning making a good product or service and is profitable and has a good team, a good culture in place, those are some of the things that identify a good business. And it can be in all different industries and sectors. It's not specific to one business. So, business example 1, just say it's making $1 million net earnings, which is EBITDA, which is seller's discretionary earnings on small businesses, which simply means profit or net earnings. To keep it simple, I want to keep this very simple and break it down to where anyone can understand it, even if you don't understand math very well, even if you're not a problem solver, even if you don't have any interest in being a business owner. And so here it goes. $1 million net earnings. And this size of business typically sells for 3 to 5 times multiple of the net earnings. So in this case, 1 million, 3 to 5, we'll pick the middle number of 4. 4 times 1 million is 4 million. So a typical sale price of this business size that we're talking of right now in example 1 would be $4 million. And of course there's businesses that sell for more than that and some for less than that, but this is a middle of the road example. And just say you sold a business and took $4 million. Maybe you paid some debts, maybe you did whatever with it. That's beside the point. And just say another seller didn't take all of that $4 million when he sold his business. He left 20% ownership in the business, called an equity rollover or ownership retention. We retain 20% of our ownership in the business. And that 20% of 4 million is 800. So now I walk away with 3.2 million instead of 4 million, and I have $800,000 in the business at the day of the sale. Now take that same business and bring it over here to example 2. Example 2 is 5 years later, the same business, the same people, the same product or service, just bigger and doing more of it. And just say we grow this business to 10 million EBITDA or net earnings. So the 5 years later, when I sold the business, the new buyers bring more resources to the table, grow the business faster. Maybe they roll in some more business, whatever they do to grow this business faster. But it's in their hands now, and they bring more resources, like we said, and grow it. And so let's talk about what's different about this larger business at 10 million net earnings versus the business with 1 million. Okay, the business with 10 million net earnings is worth more because more larger buyers are interested in a larger business because typically it's more stable. There's more cash flow, there's more profit. So the larger business is more stable and there's more buyers that are interested in the business. And at that larger size, typically those businesses will sell for 10 to 20x or 10 to 20 times the net earnings. We're at 10 million, 10 to 20, or just pick that middle number again. So 15 times 10 million is 150 million. So now we have that same business, same people, same service, same clients, just more and more of it. Now, the 20% ownership that the example one where one business owner retained 20% ownership, bring it over here, 20% of 150 million now is 30 million. And that is many times more valuable than the 100% of the business over here. So that is another reason that owners consider selling to specific buyers.